Okay, guys, so good evening and welcome to another edition of my very analysis. Before us is a coin that has the potential of doing 10x in the medium to long term. Yes. So why do I hold such bias? As you can see here, this coin has actually recorded her lowest low. So her lowest low at this very point, okay, at 0.0, approximately 0.05 dollar point, after which there was a change of structure. So if I bring in my simple moving average, you see that price came, here you had price below the average, then price toggling through the average, then before you now know it, you now have price, closing above the average. So that shows that there is actually a change of structure. So this is price actually going down, to make for the liquidity zones left behind. After which you will now still have price, crossing above your simple moving average. But as is my culture, I really don't like using indicators because the traders of, the whales of this market, the traders of Wall Street and stuff, they don't actually wait for any indicator to actually give either a buy or sell signal before they actually put in their buys or their sell. They don't do that. So I try to make my charts just as simple as possible using no indicator such that you're able to make a trading decision without the use of any indicator. So as you can see here, price has recorded a lowest low and hasn't closed below this low. Then I will also pull this. Okay, so you had the lowest here and you had the highest here. Okay, so now the next thing you now do is to look for where price will break out from. Whether price will break out from the top or from the lower end. So if price should break out below this low, then we are still in a downtrend. But since price has been able to break above this high, that means we are in an uptrend. Is that okay? So now, moving on to the next thing. The next I will do, that means we are in an uptrend. This Dodge currently is a bullish market. So now, to actually get your entries, that is your supply zone, your supply turned demand zone, the next you actually have to do is to turn to a lower time frame. Like I will always say, I have actually already mapped out the areas on chart. So this is actually my supply time demand zone. How do I substantiate this? The point at which you have the highest weakens. Like here you can see there's a weakening action here. There's a weakening action here. Then price broke through. Then look at what happened here. Price still came here to weak here. I don't know if you can see this. Then still came here to actually weak this, even though it went lower here. But then came here again to weak this. So this means that this number of weekends is actually authenticated this very soon to be a valid supply turned demand zone. I don't know if that's making sense. So you have actually had multiple weekends at this zone. You had one here, you had another here. That's two, three, four. You've had exactly 5 weekends at this zone, showing that this zone is a valid supply turn demand. Supply, how do I mean by supply? It was actually a supply zone here where you have a gross concentration of sellers because mainly price, came here, price came here, there was a sell down. Then price still came to zone again, there was another sell down. Then came to zone again, there was another sell down. Before you now had this breakout. Okay, I don't know if you've been following, you should actually know. I don't actually need to write these things again. If you have actually been following me, so this is where you have the breakout, and where you have the breakout, be sure to know that price will still come back to zone to retest zone. Very important. Price will still come back. So you see, price went away from zone and still came back to give this retest number one, came give another retest number two, then still came here to give yet another retest number three. I don't know if you can see this. So this means that this supply zone has actually now become a demand zone, because when price came to this zone, because there is a gross concentration of buyers here, of buyers, that is a gross concentration of buying force. That is why price was actually bought up. So if I go to a lower time frame, you actually get to see what is happening to this zone. Now look at this. Immediately price came to this zone because there were high concentration of buying force here. They actually bought up the price. So they were able to actually buy up this price. Can you see this? So they bought up this price. So price now went up, went high, went high. Now look at this. Now came back again to weak zone. Now it was actually looking as if this was actually weak. Like the buying pressure was actually weak at this point. But look at what happened. Price closing below zone, it was actually bought, up again. So I don't know if you can see this. So now coming again, price still came back to zone. There was a buy pressure here, leading to a buy up of price at this very zone. So on this lower time frame, I was actually able to spot another supply down demand zone. So as you can see here, this area was actually mapped out. Now look at this. There was actually a breakout here, but then price came back to this zone. Can you see this? And with this zone, still came back here, to with this zone. And then you now start having price, going above zone. I don't know if you can see it. So another one here, I can still spot this. This is actually another zone. Sorry, let me get my markers select. So this is actually another zone here. So being able to identify this zone again, you will now have price, coming back to this zone before giving that surge, that super surge. So what is the market potential of Dutch USDT? As you can see from this analysis, you can actually agree with me that Dutch USDT is actually a buy, a strong buy. So being a strong buy, you can actually, put in your buy at this very point, you know, and you will be sure to make 10x, 10x profit in the medium to the long term. So actually to get the best entry and the best exit, or the best sell price for Dutch USDT, please visit the description section of my channel, either on TradingView, or on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be dropping the perfect entry and the perfect exit point on this channel. So don't fail to go to the description section to actually get the best entry and then the best exit price for those USDT. So guys, this is actually a very good buy. So don't forget also to, like my channel. Don't also forget to share, my channel so others can also get the opportunity of, seeing or learning what you are actually learning at this very point. And don't also forget, very important, to hit the subscribe button in front of you. And in case you have any question regarding this and all that, don't also fail to use the comment section. Very important. So I will be right there to attend to all your questions and all your, if there's anything you don't understand or stuff, just drop it there and I will be right there to attend to it all. Don't also forget, very important, to go through my other videos on the various platforms, you know, to also get to see other analysis done on either stocks or cryptocurrency. So thank you guys, and please be on the lookout for the next analysis. Thank you guys, and bye for now.